Welcome to it. I go by the name of Stevie King. This is Street Knowledge right here on Express Yourself TV on YouTube. And yeah, man, this is where we get different individuals, artistic individuals, musicians, poets, as long as you're creative. You sit down here and we get to know you on Street Knowledge. You add to it. We are at Express Yourself across all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Slide into my DMs. It's at Stevie King ZA. But, alright, it's not about me though. It's not about me. Today I've got a guy that has been in the industry over 10 years. Over 10 years long. Yeah, our first EP that he dropped was called Sex with Zombies. I know. Alright, Schizophrenia, follow up. Third one was Beautiful Me. And then next one he's doing is Death of a Star. I definitely need to find out more about that. The G was on Back to the City this year. This is actually my first time I'm interviewing someone who's been on Back to the City. So I want to find out more about that. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give you West Strand's Pride, Dead Star.
Yeah.
My nigga. We're doing this again.
Yeah.
Can we just emphasize that we're doing this again? Because the last time I did it, people didn't believe, so I had to put it on video.
Yeah.
Like, I had to have it on video. Yeah. How you been, dog?
Yeah, I've been good, dog. I've been good. Just grinding.
Look, don't look at us dressed like this and think that we're crazy. It's cold out here in Joburg, though.
Fucking cold, dog.
Like, it's cold out here in Joburg, though. Winter has come up and really kick us in the nuts, yo. Like, it's like, I'm here. And ladies and gentlemen, Dead Star is here. My guy, over 10 years in the game.
Yeah.
And it's a random question I'm gonna ask you. The game has changed.
Yeah.
Recently we heard Questa say something on a track which killed me on Hyenas when he was like, the game is a sum of bitches. 10 years in the game, what do you say?
Well, I would say, man, like, this would be the last couple of years has probably been the biggest years of my career, man. It's like where I've definitely noticed change because you're doing a lot more shows. I spent a lot of the time in the studio for many years, and I must say, like, I'm really disappointed at the current state of the game. Although I must say that hip hop in South Africa seems to be returning back to its origins, man. Like slowly but surely, even the big dogs in the industry are getting tired of this trap bullshit.
No, for sure.
And they're starting to return to its roots.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That is a major thing.
It is a good thing.
Dead Star, my guy, the come up, I think many of us know about it. Funny enough, I was speaking to Orion Quest at Kula about you. Right, and I've been chilling with you like for the majority of the afternoon today. But I thought, you know what, let me save this for the video, alright?
Yeah.
And I was telling Orion Quest, I said, Dead Star is the epitome of the struggle. When you're talking about hip hop and trying to get up, like when you're talking the come up, people look at you and you are the epitome of how hard it is to come up. Tell us about it.
Yes, I don't really know what to say, man, because it's all about what I've learned. It's all about the energy you give out.
No, for sure.
You know, and I must say that it wasn't because of any addiction problems I went through. It's just I suppose for many years people struggled to adapt to my concept, my content, and what I had visioned, man. And it took a lot of filtering to find out people that were fucking with my shit. And when that started to happen, then it started to come get some shows. I remember I first started getting on mixtapes because and that was 2011, and back at that time I had less than 10 tracks that I'd recorded throughout. And I just submitted my track to a mixtape called Merc Session Volume 2.
Alright.
And it was from a bunch of guys in Carltonville. So I got into the Volume 2 and 3 of that series. Nice. And then they had the South African, I can't remember the name of it, man, but it was South African Underground. They had that, and I had like 5-6 tracks on there.
Nice.
And that was fresh, and they were fucking with me a lot, man. And you know, at that time I was with my old friend Authority, and we dropped our project called Hallis Home.
Yes.
And that was straight up hardcore motherfucking hip hop.
Sure, for sure.
Track 1 to track 17, and you know, I started to find my way through there. We started to get shows opening up for Icon, Mike King. C-Rays was supposed to come here in 2012. He never pitched. We were supposed to open up for him, but we ran 15 minutes late for our gig.
Alright.
And so we never got to perform, and we went straight home.
Oh, shit.
But I mean, like, it's just been perseverance and persistence and consistency of content, and I suppose that's what wins. I had a chat with my girlfriend yesterday about what it's been like for me, strangely, and you know, it's truly just the fact that I've stayed persistent and I kept doing it. And I mean, like, 2011 was a terrible year for me, man. I had a choke battle of epic proportion, man. I mean, like, I'd say cannabis bit me when he choked against this, bro. I would say that's what happened, bro. It was that epic, and you know, like, from then, I believe I was on the back foot, man. Like, every battle I went to from then, I believe I had a chance of winning that.
For sure.
But because of that first battle that I had, where I choked, it was just like, oh, it's just him, and I was the laughing stock of the league, dog.
And what's the worst that could happen after that type thing?
Today I haven't watched that video, bro. Today I haven't watched that video. I've got it saved. I need to watch it, man. You know, just like to remind me where I come from.
No, for sure,
you know?
for sure. And do you feel like it is because of everything that went down in 2011 that 2017? I mean, because I feel like right now, man, as I said, proud of West Strand. Right now, the West Strand is looking at Dead Star now. You get what I'm saying? And I think since, even we can go as far as saying since 2015, Dead Star has been a name that comes up when you talk about West Strand rappers. You get what I'm saying? So, do you think that it's because of that struggle, that, like, I'm not even the struggle, because of what happened in 2011 that was like brought you up now, or?
I think what happened in 2011 was the worst thing I've ever experienced, man.
Right.
It was a humiliating moment of my life, and it was 3-minute rounds, 3 rounds, and it was all 3 rounds, and I remember going straight to Facebook and trying to, like, play it down so that when the video dropped it wouldn't be so bad. And you know, I thought I quit the industry by then. I was just like, you know, I completely fucked up. There's no way back for me. And then you know, it just inspired me, man. Like, I don't know too many guys in the West Strand that really fuck with me, to be honest, man. But I must say that it defined my career, because from 2012 is when I really started pushing.
For sure.
That's when we did my first video. That's when I did my first project. I worked with Tragedy that year. We formed a super group. We dropped a single that year. I was getting gigs. I was getting shows, and it was pretty dope. And it's because I always felt like I had something to prove after that, and it made me hungry. You know, I must say, even my pen game. It rose, man. It rose. Like, we were part of a group called Third Eye. I don't know if you remember that. It was me, Orion Quest, Arc the God, and Authority. And we had this thing where every Thursday we would drop a track. And my work ethic was far superior, man. And that it got to the point where it was me on every track for a month and a half. That, you know, either I had to fill in for someone, or I had to be on someone's track, or I had to produce the song. And it started causing a lot of trouble between me and my homies, because looking back on it now, it was all ego based from everybody, including myself, and that caused the disruption of the group. The guys that wanted the attention were not getting it, and it's purely because they were not putting in the effort that I was putting in.
Which was always the problem, though, at the end of the day. And now, like, I mean, because you, man, I want us to talk about the Tragedy Gaddafi thing and all your international affiliations, man, and associations. That is pretty dope, especially for a South African MC coming up. You get what I'm saying? But now, going back to your penmanship, because your rhymes are, I don't want to say complicated. Alright, complicated doesn't even begin to explain it. Alright, like, your rhyme scheme kind of takes you to, like, this whole other dimension. Where are you when you're writing your rhymes?
Like, mentally?
Like, state of mind.
Oh man, never answered a question like this before. Lately, I must say, it's a lot deeper than that, man. Like I've got to really connect with a subject that I want to talk about now these days, you know. And I mean, like I've been trying to do a new project now, and I've thrown away like 6 beats that this guy sent me because I just can't get that point across. So I need another beat now. Like try something new.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when the come up started happening, like I was just out to prove that I was the illest writer, the illest rhyme spitter, the illest energy on the song, the illest. Like if I did a song with anyone, and it could be my best friend, you know, back then, like my aim was to have triple rhyming. My aim was to double time a triple rhyme.
Oh shit!
And was also to come up with the most original like punchlines, that anyone has ever heard. Like you know, I tried to replicate the stuff that inspired me to want to be an MC, and a lot of that does come from Shady and the underground Shady era. You know, that's the stuff I really connected with, and I just wanted to replicate that because, you know, as arrogant as it sounds, like there was a time in my life where I believed, where I was at that time, that I could spit doper bars than what Shady could in his prime, and I wanted to try my best to do that. I wanted people to turn around and be like, you know what, fuck that guy, this guy's the best white MC in the game, you know, and that was my aim at the time, and it carried me a long way, dog, and I just, I kept at it for a long time, and then it just got from really funny and really, I don't know, man, like I said some crazy shit, I must be honest.
You did?
Yeah. And I just got really dark from there, you know, and the dark rhymes started to become dark and twisted rhymes, and then like it started to just carry me away. So it put me in a place where I needed to really be on a level the whole time, and by getting to a level was a lot of drug use, because I just felt like I couldn't explore that avenue with the sober mind, like and it worked, man. It worked for me, and I just think that where I was, man, like, because things really were not easy for me growing up, so like that became my outlet, you know. That became my outlet for telling my family how I felt about them, telling my friends how I felt about them, telling my friends that rap how I felt about them, you know, even telling my son how I felt about him, because I was just not good with interpersonal communication. And that just, it became a way of speaking. It became the only way that I spoke. When people spoke to me in person, or I couldn't hold the conversation, either I'm like flipping out, my chemical imbalance is fucked up, you know, like, and I just felt like on a record, that was the only way I could be myself.
For sure. And I mean, schizophrenia is like a perfect example for that for me when I look back at it, like, because I don't know, like, even the title, what inspired the title? The title itself was a little bit like,
I had an original idea with Sex with Zombies. Sex with Zombies was going to be a storyline, so it was going to be Sex with Zombies, Schizophrenia. I can't remember what I was going to call the third one, but the artwork for the projects was supposed to tell a storyline. You know, and I was going to carry that throughout my whole career. And you know, it just got to the point where I tried to start cleaning up from drinking and drugging, and you know, the title came best into play when I realized that half of the project was recorded when I was clean, and half of the project was recorded when I was using drugs. So it became a fitting project for that. And then what happened was that I lost a lot of my recordings and beats that I've made. I've lost 3-4 times. I've lost everything I've created. And there's about 100 songs out there in this world that people have stolen on my hard drives that are unreleased and that I've got. And I managed to find a few from that time period. And so what I decided to do was re-release the project last year, just before I dropped Beautiful Me, and I did the deluxe edition. And it came with 4 extra tracks, which came from the same period of time. So it just, it was not my best selling project, but a lot of people tell me that is their favorite one.
No, for sure. And Beautiful Me, man.
Beautiful Me
which was last year's project. You dropped it. I think the last time I spoke to you, you were just about to drop Beautiful Me.
I just came out of treatment and I was working on it. Yeah.
Oh yes. So you just about, and plus it drops. And the question I've been meaning to ask you, and I asked you like off air, but I want to put it like in this as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful ME. Is that like an acronym for something, or because that shit has been bothering me like since you announced that you're dropping Beautiful Me. And then this nigga went and said, Beautiful Me is no longer happening again. I was touched, eh? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was touched because you'd gotten us so excited for it. They're like, nah, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, it drops. Was that part of the marketing?
No, it wasn't, man. It was the universe, dog. It was the universe. Because I'd relapsed on the night I started with the project.
Alright.
And, you know, like, that's why we'll get into the new project, but like, I wasn't really, there was never ever concepts behind this is going to be the kind of project I put out. It was just like, I'm going to record and I'm going to put it together as a project and I'm going to drop it, and I'm going to record and get another batch of songs together and I'm going to drop it. And that was my plan. Then I watched an interview from Jedi Mind Tricks where Vinny Paz described that he didn't drop singles because he believed on working on projects, and that's where I got the idea from. I'm just going to record and I'm just going to drop. So when Beautiful Me started, there was about 6 songs that are not on there that were originally supposed to be on it. Right. The project was supposed to be entirely produced by me.
Right.
And then that started to not work out because working with guys on email and fucking Facebook, like that never works out. Like, dog, where's the verse? What's happening? You know, like, I've got delays. Okay, it's 4 months later. I've got to move on.
Yeah, true,
you know?
true.
And then my house got broken into, and
this is when you lost everything.
Yeah, that's when they broke into my crib and they stole my PC, and I lost all the beats that I had for it. So the only thing I had was about 3 mastered tracks for the project, and I realized it was a tough task. So I recorded, but not for the project, man. I don't actually know where the fucking songs came from. I don't know, man, but like, I went once and I explored my Google Drive, you know, and I realized that I had several songs on there that had not been touched before and had not been released. So all I did was I downloaded them and I sent them to an engineer, and that's how the project got together. And the only things I recorded for were the international features, which was for Pace, which was for Thurston Howe and Block McLeod, and that was all that I did. So like, a lot of the songs that came with Beautiful Me were actually for Schizophrenia.
Oh shit, cool, nice, nice. And you keep mentioning, well, you mentioned M a little bit earlier as one of your inspirations, and Jedi Mind Tricks, heavy influence. I believe even the name is Jedi Mind Tricks inspired type thing. Tell us about that, man.
Man, I was listening to a song that I did in 2011 called Eternally Raw, and like, I used to rap with this really, like, I used to manipulate the sound of my voice, like into such an extreme that, like, for the next 2 days I couldn't record because my throat was so raw. And like, I wanted to be just like Paz, but I wanted to be like just like Paz and just like M and just like Technique and just like, you know, and I try to do that, and I really liked the way that Paz sounded on a record, and I wanted to have that same thing because I was very self-conscious of the way my voice sounds when I record music, because my voice is very high toned, high pitched and shit like that, you know. And it was something I really struggled with for a long time. So I used that voice for a long time, and you know, I pushed at it, and you know, it was getting somewhere. But then I started to realize that by doing this, I could only do this type of music. You know, and I couldn't rap with that voice on a different beat. So I started to mix with it, and I started to use, you know, my normal delivery, my normal tone, and mix it with the hardcore. You know, it all depended on how high I was, man. You know, and what kind of headspace I was at when I was recording what I would do. I just decided that I wanted to be. I really wanted to be the next. Like, I wouldn't say the next M, but I wanted to be greater than that guy. Like I said, and I wanted to, in my eyes, between when I started listening to Vinny Paz was about 2007, and like, he took over, and I thought no one would take over like this thing I had for Eminem, and you know, and I've always listened to a lot of MCs. I mean, like, my hip hop collection is insane.
Sure.
But those are my standouts. And when I got into Paz, he was the biggest influence in my entire career, because Paz, I could identify with. Paz was not a celebrity.
Yes.
Paz was a normal person just like me, and he was doing these things, and he was still making his money from it, and he was keeping, no matter how big he got, he just kept to hip hop. You know, like a lot of, like that's all he did. He didn't sign to major labels. He got offered so many times, but he didn't, and that's what I could identify with Paz, and that's why I fell in love with Paz.
Wow.
And Stoop and Paz were like, I even started making beats because I'm like, I love this kind of, I've never heard violins in a song like this. I've never heard xylophones. I've never heard a harp in a record, man. You know, like I need to know what the fuck's up with this, and that's when I really started to explore the underground thing of hip hop. And you know, then you get your Diabolics and your, I think the greatest albums of all time in my top 5. 2 of them are by Immortal Technique, Revolutionary Volume 1 and 2. Those are insane. If I could ever create a project like that, I'd be happy. I'd be happy. And you know, I get really envious of cats like Paz and cats like him, cats like Technique, because all I know I'm good. I know I'm good, but
and you are.
I just want to do something that changes the world like that. With hip hop, and I want to. I just, you know what I'm saying, like like that shit changed my life, though. That shit really changed my life. And you know, what I hated growing up was, oh, you sound just like Eminem, you know, and that's also, you know, that's also why I changed the voice, you know. I even stopped listening to Eminem because I was like, maybe I sound too much like him because I listen to too much. And so like for me, Eminem's wordplay and Eminem's content and the way he was thinking, dog, like the things he says, man, like it just made me feel like you can rhyme anything to anything. You know? And
I mean, that's like, for me, that's what stands out with him. That's why M is still, like, to this day, one of my favorite MCs of all time. You know what I'm saying?
But not the new M.
No, not well.
Please, bro.
No.
They're not leaving.
No. For the sake of you staying, we hated Marshall Mathers LP too.
Yeah, dog.
And everything else that came out.
There was one fire joint on there though, which was the one with Kendrick.
Which
Love
is,
Gang.
That
was a fire joint.
Nice.
And Brainless was also not bad. But
that's the thing, like I don't really remember much from it because it didn't really stand out. It didn't really stand out for me, man.
No.
Alright, and then, man, I'm gonna ask you this question because I need to know. Alright, because you do both.
Yeah.
Alright. For you, what is harder? And it's a messed up question that I want to ask you.
Yeah.
What is harder, producing or writing a song?
I've actually stopped producing now.
Alright.
Because, you know, like the reason I started producing was because I couldn't afford beats.
Alright.
You know, and this was in 2007. So I started to make my group beats, and I struggled with it for years. I was like, oh, my beats are better. Oh no, my raps are better. I don't know which one to focus on. And it got to a point where it was in sync, man. Like you know, and I would say for me, producing must be a bit more difficult than MCing.
Alright.
Yeah, because like there gets a certain. What I did is that I had no experience on producing. All I ever did when I produced was I took a sample, I cut it in 4 places, I changed the 4th quarter of the bar, and I changed its pattern, and that's all I did. And I added a drum loop onto it. That's all that I ever did. I was uneducated, and I was also not willing to learn more of it. And rhyming for me and MCing is the god of hip hop for me.
You're constantly learning as well with that, man.
You know, like you can learn that, you can practice any time of the day.
Man, that's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope. Alright, I want to talk to you about a lot of things. I want us to talk about Dead Right There. I want us to talk about Tragedy to Gaddafi. I want us to talk about every other, like, because I mean, even Beautiful Me had some international acts on it. And then, most of all, we're going to be talking about Death of a Star. Alright? We do have Death Star in the building. We're right here in Knowledge Avenue. Salute to Knowledge Avenue. I go by the name of Stevie King. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Street Knowledge right here on Express Yourself TV. I go by the name of Stevie King, and we are shooting live from Knowledge Avenue. We still have the boy himself, the G. What's happening, D?
What's was happy.
That star. Listen, man, dog. So, before we even continue, all right, I said that I want us to talk about your international acts and your association stuff. First and foremost, how did you get them? And like, let's start with who have you worked with to start there, and then we'll talk about how you got them.
The big names is it's Tragedy, it's Planetary, it's Vast Air, Thurston Howe, Block McCloud, and can't remember. I know that there's a joint with Rusty Jokes coming out.
Yes. Yeah. You told about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's it for the big dogs, man. I think the only one I've worked with more than once is Pace.
Alright.
Pace and I actually have a friendship, and that's the only guy that I've spoken to since we've worked together.
Alright. Yeah. And how do you approach such people, guy? Like, I mean, like, it's not like you're gonna be able to just hit them once, maybe. I don't know. How does it work out?
Man, to be honest, it's all about the money.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's all about the money. So I did a track called Disintegration in 2012, and I sent that to Tragedy. I was up all night, and I just inboxed everybody that was online at the time, and that's how my American association and my fans overseas grew. Was because I'd be awake in the night the whole time, and that's when that side of the world is awake. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. The wife is sleeping, and so just start speaking to people. So I sent it to Tragedy, and he responded. He's like, "Man, I really like this song." So he's like, "Look, these are my rates, though. Like, you're obviously inboxing me, and I wasn't, bro. I was just trying to get the song out of it." He's like, "This is how much I generally charge." He's like, "But the song is incredible. The only thing I want you to pay for is my studio time."
Oh snap!
So I was like, "Well, how much is it?" He told me, and it was the cheapest feature I've done to date.
With Tragedy, got that.
Yeah, my first one.
Dog.
Yeah.
My nigga.
My first one.
See. And now fast forward to 2017. Well, was it 2016 when Dead Right There was formed?
2012.
Serious?
Yeah.
How many crews have you been part of, dog?
Yeah.
Freaking hell, dog. Like, see. Because there's AOTP as well, if I'm not mistaken.
No. I just worked with those guys.
Okay, alright.
That's it.
And Forbidden Poetry. Third Eye. And then Dead Right There.
Right there, yeah.
So you've been at this.
Yeah.
And now introducing your boy. Also another nigga that featured up on Back to the City.
Yeah.
So we definitely gonna talk about Back to the City now. And he is wearing a Revenge of the Boom Bap hoodie right here. Ladies and gentlemen, Anti-B in the building.
The gram though. Chris Anti to the B, Revenge of the Boom Bap, all that good shit, man. What's good? Shout out to Express Yourself, actually. We out here in the north of Johannesburg.
We out here, Knowledge Avenue. My nigga, welcome.
Stevie.
Welcome. Dog,
man.
how you doing, man?
Easy just, bro. Easy just trying to keep it moving, hip hop. I chill with the homie, that star. Trying to keep it moving, online vibes, cause fuck TV and all that. So,
that's how we do, dog.
Yeah.
That's how we do. Revenge of the Boom Bap. Let's talk about that, dog. We're not even going anywhere else. Let's talk about that.
Like straight to the fucking point.
Straight there, dog. Let's talk about that.
Look, with my whole my whole mind state, my whole state of mind and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
I'm a street MC, right?
Right.
Started the whole shebang from the Cyphers High School, battling cats and whatnot, and grew up in the East Strand, type vibe, Grew up there, got a name there. Shit became too small for me because I had bigger dreams and whatnot. True story, dude. True story. Shit.
And at that time, East Strand wasn't really on hip hop at that time as well.
That's bro. Look. Not really actually. There was a lot of the people that schooled me. Yeah. Like your projector used to be Pro Tech back in the days. People like Mad Scientist. Shit, man. Those the Red Ants. These guys are big in the East Strand type vibe. You know what I mean? And I was part of that little movement,
sure.
And the ciphers have been on the library, had ciphers there, kicked it, and got exposed to the Gandhi Square type of era. Not really even rap, just got there and whoa, shit, whoa. I thought we were killing shit, and then I'm out here, Pro Kid is just there.
Sure.
Robo is just there, freestyling, Ill Substance is there, freestyling, and I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. This is me in high school, grade 11, matric type vibes, I don't even think I took it seriously until like my first year in like varsity. I was at Duckies and stuff, you know what I mean? I did that, and like I just rapped, man. It was like I just love rapping, whatever. I had no dreams of like, okay, I'll make an album, whatever. It's just for like I was really like into the battle shit. Like I'm still into it, just revolved from it right now. Like, taking a break from it, like for bigger things and whatnot. But like the whole Revenge of the Boom Bap shit comes from there was a point where I felt a lot of dudes are taking out material, right? Whether commercial or underground, or actually they hate that word underground, but we'll ride with it. We'll ride with it for the sake of people understanding that there's a difference to the whole, you know, like, you know what I mean? There's a difference to that. Revenge of the Boom Bap is basically my way of saying to the people, like, dude, you can't sit on the fence. You can't say, I'm a proper MC, I feel this way and that way about the culture, and fuck everything that's on radio, fuck everything that's on TV, but I'm gonna sit on the fence and not say that I am hip hop. I feel like when KRS-One took out the Return of the Boom Bap, there was him saying like, yo, cats, I am not gonna lie, this is the sort of hip hop that made me want to be hip hop. Therefore, this is what I'm gonna take out to the people. You fuck with it, fuck with it. If you don't fuck with it, don't fuck with it. So Revenge of the Boom Bap, it started angry. From a whole, I gotta fight this fucking bullshit on the radio. It literally started that way until I realized, oh shit, when like people would see like the hoodies, people would see the sweaters, like, oh snap, bro, like, oh that boom bap shit, that Revenge of the Boom Bap, dog. And I realized it was a bigger movement than just me being angry on the mic and just, you know, just rhyming about it. So it's more, for me, it's more of a revolutionary thing. You know, I feel like a lot of dudes that are taking out music are not stating where the fuck that they stand at. As much as we want to be diverse, and my music is very diverse, but I have a certain aesthetic in terms of this is the message that I'm trying to take out. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna come through here and say, yo man, it's cool for us. Like, I can trap, dog. You know, I can go to a party, go with my girl, have a good time and whatnot. But at the same time, I feel like music is not just supposed to be about dancing. Music is not just supposed to be about chicks just taking off their clothes, or me flossing about what car got, or all of those corny things. You know, I mean, if you gotta call them corny. But like, I come from a school of thought where I grew up on Planet Asia, grew up on Mos Def, grew up on Talib Kweli, before the whole like whatever that they're doing right now. You know what I mean? Like Star, like Reflection Eternal, like stuff like your company flows, man. Like actually my biggest influences are Def Jux, like the Def Jux era. Like for me, the company flows, the Cannibal Oxes, your Mr. Lives, all of that. Those guys, like they gave me the whole indie era. Like I didn't even know about that sort of mind state until I bumped into Company Flow. And Company Flow just had these different ideas, and she was like, whoa bro, like fucking LP was talking about he sold 100k and like 100k copies just literally off his hands. And that shit just shocked me. I'm like, this dude is talking about other stuff that is not even spoken about by the random man, and he's selling 100,000 copies. You know what I mean? So for me it was like, yo, the whole Revenge of the Boom Bap thing, I don't even see it as a sound or feel it as a sound. I feel it's a mind stage. You know what I mean? It's a state of mind. It's how you view. It's not necessarily about that type shit. You know what I mean? It's how you view the culture, like the b-boy era, the graffiti, like the MC, the scratches, the DJs with the vinyls. You know what I mean? So the whole Revenge of the Boom Bap is not just about a sound. So a lot of people that don't know what the game is about will be like, oh shit, oh so you make this sort of sound. Like, yeah, I make that sound, yes, but the message behind that is not necessarily about the sound, it's about the mind state and coming back to, not necessarily coming back, but like taking, like, it's like Back to the Future. I feel like people like, oh dude, you stuck in 94. I'm not stuck in 94. Hip hop has been evolving. Hip hop is the way that it is because of where it started from, right? And everything that's happening right now, your little Yachis, your little Uzi Vets, sharp, that's what they say is hip hop right now. It is what it is. But it doesn't mean that the internet era is not there where people are finding, like, I'm a digger, check, like I dig for proper, like he was saying like earlier on that he's got a gang load of music. I got like 4 terrors of fucking proper hip hop. I'll be battling now. But you know, that's what I'm at. But like, just to nutshell it, bro, like Revenge of the Boom Bap is literally my way and my little contribution to the cause. Because it's literally not about me. It's not about me. It's about like hip hop for me. like it's bigger than hip hop. Like Technique said it back in the days. It's bigger than Immortal Technique. You know what I mean? So the revolution for me, it's about like giving people an alternative of cultured proper hip hop, and Revenge of the Boom Bap is literally that. Like it's that people can pigeonhole it into a sound and do what you gotta do until you found my project. You're like, oh, actually, it's not just about the sound. It's actually a whole lot of shit. It's not about the subject matter only, you know, but like it's just cultured proper hip hop, and I'm just, yo, it's cool.
I feel you, man. Shit. And so here I am, man, 2012, going through the worst year of my life. And you niggas decide to do that right there. Yes, no, 2012 was hard. No, like you don't understand. 2012 was tough. Alright. And then that right there. How did it form?
Chris and I actually, man, we met each other that year, and we met through a social media subliminal. Alright. Yeah. And he was supposed to battle my crew member.
Okay.
Didn't pitch up, and then you know, apparently my crew member was sending his girlfriend to come battle him. So yeah, man. No, joking. I'm joking, dog. So we actually linked up, man, and like I mentioned to you earlier, these guys that did this Merc Session series and the South African Underground. That's how we actually started to work together.
Oh, nice.
And we went with each other to Carltonville to perform one night, and you know, like, I don't know, there was just something there, man.
It was the first day we actually met in person, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the first day we actually met in person.
And we went straight, we just went straight to working. You know, that's what we've done. And you know, then we asked Chris to do a verse for us on Forbidden Poetry's project to Hallis Home. We did a track called Death by Mike, which was the best track on the project in my opinion, man. And it's not because my verse was the best, but I mean, when Chris sent us his verse, like I remember me and my homie, we just looked at each other like, damn, you know, like we really thought we were the only guys that could spit this way, and he proved us wrong. So we started talking and communicating a lot. And then I approached him with the idea, because you know, I always had this idea that there was something special about a super group. You know, Wu-Tang did it, AOTP did it, Flip Mode did it,
Squatter Camp
did it, yeah, for sure. And you know, I just thought it, like, at that time of our careers, all of us were working on something, and we thought it would be a good idea to integrate that, and giving us a platform to when we release our singles, our solo efforts, to have a team behind it.
For sure,
and the team would push it. So we did a track called Ancient Torture Methods. There were 7 of us on there, spinning 8 bars each, and the track was fucking insane. It was fucking, I still listen to it. And you know, we just started, we tried to put the group together then. Just getting 5, 6, 7 guys to commit to something is a bit difficult. So the group died not long after that. There were a couple of guys, Authority and Toxic. They did a couple of tracks together, and you know, it was just that for a long time. And then you know, because I always pride myself in the fact of knowing that we do not own the group, but we did come up with the concept of the group. So the first person I would hit up again would be Chris, and I said to him, listen man, let's try this thing again, but we need to take these people out, put these people on. And we did that, and we dropped Resurgence this year, and it was received with open arms, man. And the track was absolute fire. It's, you know, and I think what was amazing about that is that it was still hard. It was still hard. The beat was really hard, the lyrics were really hard, but I just noticed the growth, you know. And I must say that it was just flames, bro. It was absolutely just flames. And yeah, it's just where it is now. I'm not sure, man, but yeah, I must say that the concept of it is an outstanding thing. But you know, what I've learned from this experience of having the group is that it is possible, man. But you know, like work ethic is a problem.
It always is when you got like more than, I don't know, when you have like a huge sum of people doing things. That's why Express Yourself is, I wanted a super group, and so for Express Yourself, that was like the whole idea, because I wanted marketing and all of that. But I was like, what happens if they let me down? You get what I'm saying? So I got the producer that does her thing now and then. You know, I got M Soul, I got Jack Wonders now and then. You know, and I always have to add now and then for Jack Wonders. We're not tagged like that though. We're not though. Like, so you know, but M Soul always doing the most, and I appreciate that. So I feel you. I feel you with that whole thing, man. And here it is, 2017 hits, Back to the City.
Yeah.
Between the two of y'all, who got the hit first? Yo, man, I'm at Back to the City.
Actually, my homie got the hit.
What's up?
No, you know what happens, bro? You know what happens, right? Like, we both get on the mixtape challenge, right?
Yeah.
Like, Back to the City.
Yes, I remember
challenge.
that, yeah.
Like, all the organizers, like, Bonto, Rashid. No, Rashid was not on, yeah?
No.
TTP was on. Bonto was on. J Stash was on. Osmic was on.
Yeah.
I think it was 5 or 6, one of the 6 of the people that organized Back to the City. And they get on this shit, and I get a call from Catacomb. Actually, Catacomb hits me up for a joint. He gets a call from J Stash. Like, literally different. Like, these guys didn't even speak. Like, okay, we're gonna hook up this dude. Call me, I get on the joint, he gets on the joint, like, oh dude, you're on, right? So immediately when we both get on the shit, we're like, definitely Back to the City this year. There's no way you're not getting on. So my homie gets the call, and he posts in the group like, "Yo, Chad's great shit just happened," and I'm not even catching feelings. I was the first dude to call you, like, dude, I cannot fucking believe it. This is
that's
so
the
rad.
beautiful thing about working together and because that actually care for you, dog.
But also the energy between me and him
yeah.
has never been like, we've never felt any ill feelings towards each other. Like, it's always been like mutual respect, and also our energies always connect. Like, on some dude, like, I see exactly where you're at. Therefore, let's keep it moving type thing. So you got the call, and you posted it on the WhatsApp group for Dead Right There. And I'm like, yo, homie, this is crazy, dog. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I thought I was gonna get on too. It's all great.
My
nigga there. I even asked him, like, so we on, right? We on, right? He's like, yeah, of course, guys, of course, we're gonna get on. I'm like, wait, I'm telling my girl at the flare, like, dude, we're going back to the city this year. It's gonna be crazy. We pop wine, all of the crazy stuff. 10 minutes later, after I say congratulations to him, Osman calls me, yo, what's good, B? Check it out, got you play stage, this in the third in terms of financials, contractual. Somebody's gonna call you. I called him back. I'm like, yo, dog. I tell the group also, but as I was saying, like, the energy with the group, he was saying, but the energy with the group, the work ethic, the hunger, the pushing, the dudes got their own, like, different, how can I put this? Like, not even visions, but like, I think people that, the things that interest them, like, outside of hip hop. So a lot of them are concentrated like on that. And then we are more the whole, can we push this music shit? Can we push the group? Can we push like the art? Can we go forward and just blow up already? Because we're trying to get this money to making it proper music.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? So yeah, I think when you got the call first, I got the call second, and we're like, oh shit, both of us are on. So
and it's crazy how the people that actually work always get like they harvest.
Facts.
That's my whole thing, bro. That's my whole thing, man. Like, that's it. Like, guys, you know, and that was my whole thing that I wanted with the super group was like, if there's 6 or 7 of us doing this, dog. Like, there's no way we can't make it, and I just think that I don't know, man. It just only.
And I think just to add on to that, the whole super group thing. Everybody that got onto the group was not just somebody we just thought was a dope MC. It was people that are active. You know, it was active people. Foul Player was on before he changed his name to Crown Burgundy. He was very active. He used to work for Hype. He used to write reviews. Like, he's been in the game for a minute. You know, Toxic was taking. He just took out his project at the time, right? Took out his solo project. Destructive Monarch was working with like New York artists like Yo Jack Progressos at the time. He was battling Jedi Grenade, and then like he was like literally number. Like I remember dudes saying that he's got a number 2 headband in the battle scene, like yo dog. So there was those sort of dudes I was working, but I had not taken out material. Actually, the first track that got me out there was Dude Death Star. Literally, not even the track that he's talking about, Dead by Mike. Track called Pledge Allegiance, and that's the track that actually got me out there. It took me from the whole battle stage.
No, for sure.
Oh shit, he can make music too, you know. And I feel like the whole super group thing, the whole perspective behind that was all of us are busy, we are all working, and we all got music out there. Let's combine this power and literally just go at them on some Goku shit, you know?
Nah, most definitely. I like that, some Goku shit, man. Alright, man, check this out. We're still out here, Knowledge Avenue. I got Dead Star, got Anti-B in the building, and we're gonna talk about the day. We're gonna talk about April 27th, 2017. I want to know that experience, man. And yeah, then we're gonna talk about future plans, future prospects, and all of that. And I want to talk about Death of the Star. I definitely want to talk about Death of the Star. I feel like this nigga is saying something with that title. And we're still out here, baby. My name is Stevie King. It's at Express Yourself across all social media platforms. Follow, like, share, subscribe. We out here. Welcome back to Express Yourself TV. I go by the name of Stevie King. We're still out here in Knowledge Avenue and we're chilling with Dead Star and Anti-B in Street Knowledge. You know this, Express Yourself exclusive, baby. We're at Express Yourself across all social media platforms. Audio Mac, we're out there. YouTube, we're out there. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you know. My niggas are still here.
Yeah.
And it's like the third and final part of this, man. And I said, the one thing I want us to talk about, it's gotta be Back to the City. Who went on first?
My boy
Anti-B.
In terms of performances?
Yeah, performance.
Oh shit, yeah, actually.
And what was it like, huh?
Yo, dude, actually. Cause I got there, like shout out to like the whole Back to the City Ritual Media.
Nah, but for real, yeah.
All those cats, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to Osmic, shout out to Rashid, shout out to Catacomb, Bonto. Like, there's a shitload, bro. I think there's like 35 motherfuckers in there, dog. Like,
just hashtag Nonk.
Yeah,
shout out to hashtag
Nonk.
Yeah, shout out to hashtag
Yonki. You know what I mean? But on the real, man, Back to the City, dog. Like, look, dude, like, I'm one of those dudes that speaks about I went to the first Back to the City in 2007.
Yeah.
Thing. Other people speak about 2006, but feel about Basasoyeto and all those people. 2007 was my first Back to the City.
Yeah.
The ciphers shit outside, you know, when ciphers used to be like ciphers and stuff, you know, like was there, like, whoa, I can't believe what's going on there. I went to Ritual stores, I was like, yo, Ritual stores, I can actually buy proper hip-hop albums, I can buy a hoodie, I can buy like the shit that I actually believe in, shit that makes me feel at home, you know. And fast forward to that 2017, get the call from Osmic, yo homie, you're on, fucking amped as fuck, you know. I expected it from 2015 actually. Didn't happen. Exactly. I caught feelings for like 2 years. I'm like, okay.
I would have been touched as
exactly. 2017 it comes through. I feel honored. I feel very happy. I'm like, yeah, finally, shit, man, my work is paying off. You know? And get on. I think I got there around 3.
Yeah,
he was there early on. Like he just got there. 10 o'clock, but you know white people, bro.
They're out there.
Me, I'm out here with my African tie. This guy's like, fuck that. You know, my
it starts at 10.
Yeah.
We need to be there at 9:45.
Exactly,
we need to be there at 10:30.
I'm out here. Like, I'm not too far. Like, I live 5 minutes away from like Newtown. So I'm chilling at the flat with like a couple of people that I fuck with, type thing, you know. Chilling, sipping on some shit, and just rehearsing. Like everybody's amped. My mom calls me like, "Hey, see Bonita TV." You know, I'm like, yeah, it's all good, man. You know, get there like around 3. It's packed. I'm still not freaked out. You know, I'm still chilled. It's all good. Get my whole fancy shit, whatever. Get my VIP people because I got the VIP thing because of the whole fancy shit, whatever. And we out here, bro. Now I mean, we get in. Chill, whatever, check everybody that's on the stage, main stage, play stage, it's all good vibes and whatnot. Get on. My set comes on, I think around, it was 11:30, right? And it was like, no, actually 20 to 11 was supposed to be, and I'm freaking out now. I think from 11, I started freaking out. I'm like, it's about to go down. You know what I mean? Like this one stage that you've been working towards your entire fucking time in Joburg was so you can rap on the Back to the City stage. And it finally happened, and here it is, 30 minutes away, and I'm freaking out. My girl telling me, dude, don't drink. And I want to drink.
All you need now is 15 shots, you know, right?
It's like, keep just water. And cool, get backstage, my homie's there, he's rehearsing, I'm rehearsing, get my disc, my DJ is there, DJ Q1, shout out to DJ Q1, scratching the comb, Durban, I mean, all good vibes, Final Destination, he knows, people that know, type shit, so dude's behind the stage, I give him my disc, right? This is what happens. I give him my disc like 15 minutes before my set, and he was playing a set for one of his other artists from Durban, by Ronsta. So he's playing his set, Ronsta's there, it's murking shit, everything's all great. Give him my disc, popped it in. Cool, I'm arching my gun, my shit is sorted, whatever. You know what I mean? 5 minutes before the set, I go back, yo fam, you good? It's not reading. Like, he literally looks at me like, oh no, it's not reading. I'm like, no, you can't tell me it's not reading, bro. I get on the stage, get behind the DJ, I'm like, no, what do you mean it's not reading? I was like, it's not, I had 3 discs, bro. Same fucking beats on the 3. All the 3 were not fucking reading, dog. All 3, they're in there, they're not playing, they're okay. Fuck the CDJs, can we put them into the Mac? Put them in the Mac is taking its sweetest time. Fuck you, Steve Jobs. It's cool.
With your dead self.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly, right? But RIP, because like, shit. But anyway, this shit is not reading. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, this shit is not reading. Ponto, the stage manager, is coming at me like, yo, B, you ready? So like 5 minutes before you get on, That star comes on. He comes up like, dog, you're gonna have to jump on because my shit ain't reading. And as soon as I speak to him, right, and I turn back to the Mac, that's him like, yeah, right there. Those are the beats. And then Scratch starts doing his thing, the crowd, whatever, Sush was playing, actually, DJ Sush was playing before I just got on. So,
Sush.
Exactly,
Dope
right?
guy,
Product, all those guys. So it's playing like proper, like 2003, 2004, proper hip hop,
He is that nigga.
Exactly. So crowd started being there, like all hyped up, like, okay, the nigga that steps on this, better be fire, type shit, So the beats coming on. I want to hear them, like, okay, yeah, that's the beat, that beat. Okay, that's 4 beats. Shit comes on. I'm like, okay, cool. One's on some, dude. There's your mic. Ginger Trill's on some. There's a second mic because you said you need a second mic for your features. Type shit. Grabbing the shit, climbing the stage, get on, dog. Like, as soon as the beat came in, dog, like, people were ready.
Nice.
Okay, we heard about this because from the battle era, like, I come from the whole scrambles for money type thing. So a lot of people, like, in terms of the bars thing, that's always been there. Like, okay, we know he got bars, but can he make music? You know? So that's actually one of the things that we was looking forward to. Like, okay, let's see if he can actually make music, So I'm out here, beat comes in, me, I don't give a fuck. I'm out here like, when I say bring back, you say hip hop. Bring back hip hop. Bring back hip hop. When I say the trap shit, you say fuck that trap shit. Fuck that trap shit. Exact people fuck with that. I climb in. By the time my set was done, 15 minutes later, man, like,
absolutely bananas.
like, dog, it was like Auschwitz after Hitler died, dog. Like, fuck this is not just the Jews though, not just you guys. Like, it was fucking fire. It was like, honestly, bro, it was like really crazy. It was really crazy. Revenge of the Boom Bap, like, that's my tape. That's my debut project, actually, Revenge of the Boom Bap. And like, it was really like just there. I actually have some like a next song, and the other people were shook by that. Like, whoa, dude, you can rap that way? I'm like, stop speaking like that, dog. Like, stop saying like that way, like, that's cool, man. Type shit, But yeah, man, I won't lie. To not chill it, bro. Like, my set back to the city, my debut set at Back to the City was fucking lit, and I happened to meet Osmic and the rest of the crew at the Sky Zoo gig at the Cool Outs on Sunday. Exactly, actually Jack was telling me that, like, you guys were there, and we just like bumped each other, like, oh, dude, I heard your set was fire, because he didn't get to check my shit out, right? So I said, yo, I heard your set was fire. Look, we gotta talk about my tape also, like, you also push my tape like into other
gotta
avenues,
talk about what's coming, man.
Exactly, right.
We gotta talk about that.
Then he said the very same thing that he said to my homie, we on next year, right? We're like, yeah, we on next year. So it's good, man. The Revenge of the Boom Bap, Anti-Beat, that right there, my homie Dead Star. Everything was fresh, man. It was really dope, the response. And actually, I think there was a point, I think my third song, if you remember, fam, there was a point that I asked. I'm like, whoa, I can't believe the response, because I thought I'd have to trap. And I was like, no! But and I just went on with my shit. Did my fourth song, featured my homie Perfecto, featured my homie Syllable Skills in the fourth song. still fire, went in. But I really thought that if I just did my sort of sound, it wouldn't be so like, the response wouldn't be so lit, you know? And the response is crazy, dude. Like that's what we come back to. I think he said this shit earlier in his interview. Like, people are hungry for proper shit. People are really hungry for proper shit. You just need like the good avenues, the good platforms, the good sort of people to push it. Like, yo guys, that's hip hop. Yeah.
That's the digging.
Exactly. Right.
That's the digging. I was saying to you, like, on our way here to Knowledge Avenue, where I was like, fam, we got about like, I feel like the play stage was like the best place for hip hop.
Yeah, we said so. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like the play stage was the best place for hip hop. You feel like that too?
Yeah, I was there the whole time basically. I only went up from Capadonna.
Yeah.
Came back to the play stage.
That just was a fucking big thing for you.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it. I'm not just even sit out here. I'm even like out the shot now. Talk about it, man.
Man, back to the city was a phenomenal thing for me, man. I celebrated my year of sobriety as well. On
my nigga.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you know, like, it was a big reflection of me of where I was a year before. And so it was phenomenal to be there. I mean, like, when I started my set, a lot of people started walking away.
Yeah.
Because I got on the stage and I was yelling at people. And I was actually yelling at the organizers as well for playing so much trap music.
Alright.
And then I kicked into the first joint, and a lot of them returned.
Yes.
Which is quite dope for me. Because people don't generally return to watch me rap because I'm just very angry on the stage.
For sure, yeah.
But you know what it is, and people get it like a bad idea of it. It's just passion, dog.
For sure.
It's just passion for this hip hop, that this is hip hop as I've known it. And now you telling me that this trapping shit is hip hop, and you know, like, that's what I loved about the people that were at the play stage, is that they knew they were on my level. They were on our level because they, you know. And what I liked about Anti's set and my set is that his selection of beats, his selection of songs, my selection of beats, selection of songs, and we're very similar, but we're very different, but we're representing the elements of hip hop. And when we work together, it just combusts, dog. You know, like we had this idea of performing a joint at the end of his set and coming into my set with my set, but you know, like next year, dog. You know, like next year. But Back to the City was phenomenal. The problem was that it would be ironic that on my sobriety anniversary that the drinks and VIP were for free.
Oh man! Oh man!
Yeah, you know,
so this is like, yo fam, what's up?
Yeah, you know, like, and I was just like, damn, bro, you know, fucking shitheads, you know, like,
how dare
they don't know, that's not in my contract.
But you know, it must have been a moment for you, like, for real. Like,
no, for sure, dog. Like, shout out to Osmic, man, for real, because Osmic really put me on, dog. J Stash as well, they really put me on, man. They really did. Like, I was thinking I was doing this shit for years, and there was a time I thought my time had come and gone, if I must be honest. And like, they believe in me, and to have such important figures in the industry believe in me makes me believe in me more.
For sure.
And it was like, I promise you, like, at least every second day I'm flipping through the pictures of my phone and I'm just thinking, like,
fam, I wish I was pictures, though.
I was there, dog. I was on that stage, dog. Like, I was there. We were there. You know, we were there. We were on Splash Jam. We went to Durban. We've been in the studio at least once, twice a month, recording music together. I mean, like,
I did my entire project. I think like 6 or 7 songs.
Yeah. This guy recorded 6 songs in one day, bro.
Yo, snap!
Yeah, that's what happens.
Damn!
I got there like 11, right?
Yeah.
After like 4. But that's the thing. For me, like with the studio thing, right? A lot of dudes wanna get to stew either, right? Or get to stew and still practice their shit.
You get there, you good to go.
Like, that's why I write, like, I need the beat. Like, that's when, like, a producer on sound, yo, to come through my stool so we can work. Like, please bring me the beat first so I can write. Because I really just want to get there and work.
Nah, for sure.
Like, I don't want to take, like, freaking 5 hours to record one joint.
Nah, for sure.
So when I got there, like, Trevor was on sound, yo, dude, working, right? I had my beer, I had my blunts. We got my songs. We got, okay, here's the beat. Literally took like 2 or 3 breaks. Just record the shit because I just want to get it the fuck in and
so
just get it on. And it was so dope. The experience was ill because, look, man, Trev is a proper head.
Yeah.
And as much as a proper head is, it's very honest, right? So if my shit was not lit,
Yeah.
And not necessarily because of his perspective. But if my shit was not lit, he would have said, yo fam, check it out. You like it, it's cool.
Yeah.
But for me, this, and the third.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would have taken his opinion. Not that it's the final word, but I would have taken his opinion. Like, okay, I know that's my homie. He wouldn't say this because he's hating.
Yeah.
He's saying that from a very good space.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So I did that shit, like, we're fucking happy after this shit. I think Christy messed it like later on or whatever, dropped me off at the taxis because I don't have a car, but I will get one.
From
Hip-hop
that pay for that.
Yeah, man.
Hip-hop gotta pay for that.
Yeah,
and then my nigga, we gotta wrap this up, man. We've been here. We gotta wrap this up. Death of a Star.
Yeah.
Fam. This sounds final.
Yeah.
This sounds let me just tell you something. In my mind, it sounds like April 30th, 2017. May 1st comers type stuff. Alright. When we rebranded Express Yourself, May 1st happened. Death of the Star sounds like April 30th. I think that's the best way for that I can put it.
Yeah.
And like it marks the beginning of like a whole new era. But let's talk about Death of a Star first of all.
Man, it's a different project of mine. I'm really nervous to put it out because like heads just know that when I drop it's like this hardcore shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Like killing people, doing this to your girl sort of thing. And
Cashing.
you know, like, I've really tried my best. I've got 1 or 2 hardcore joints on there as my per norm, but the level of balance between conceptual writing and stuff is different. You know, like what I've noticed is that when you're writing conceptual music, you don't have that opportunity to throw your rhyme schemes in there, dog. You know, you're talking about something, and it makes me feel uncomfortable when I'm doing it. So I have moments where I can record 2 or 3 of the tracks in a week, and then then I go through a few weeks of doubting it, it's not gonna work out. But I'm really happy with it so far. I'm working with shout out to Parod Beat. I'm working with him. He's from Belarus. He helped me put Beautiful Me out. He's the guy that put it through for me. And he produced the Dead Right There joint as well. And yeah, man, like I'm quite. It's just about. It's time to move on, dog. Like, you know, am I a hardcore MC? Yeah, by heart, I'll always be, dog. You know, but like, not just because I want to market myself better, not because I want to get more money, but because myself as an artist I've grown, dog. And by calling myself their star, I feel that after putting out so many albums and EPs now, I feel like I've boxed myself into a certain category. You know? And there's so many opportunities coming now, you know, like I know that I miss out on a lot of things because I'm like, their star, where does that, and I hate that question because I don't have an answer for where did you come up with that name? It came from a rhyme that I made up. You know, like that.
I actually remember that story. When it was still, I remember that.
That's how it came up. So Death of the Star is just like out with the old, in with the new. There's 2 projects dropping. But the only one that I've announced is the Death of the Star, and then the next project will be
whatever
Future, dog. Yeah. I'm very sad to put it into the name. I didn't mind having the name when I was in groups because it was more of the group's name that was
Dead Right There, Death Star. Forbidden Poetry, Death Star. You know, I feel you.
You know, so like it was like Forbidden Poetry, Dead Right There. You know, and I was like, okay, you know. For me, it's a really, really poor choice of stage name as well, dog. It really is, and it makes me amazed that a lot of people don't know Star Wars, dog.
It's like, crazy, right?
You know, but that's not where the name comes from. But it is the end of the ego as well, dog, because you know, Domingo Beats once posted on Facebook that to get far in this game, you've got to remain humble.
Yeah, true.
So I take it to heart, dog. And the only time where I'm allowed to be my best is behind a microphone. Like, there's not one point in time in life where I'm really better than the next man, dog. You know, it's not true.
Wow, that's dope, man. So Death of the Star marks the end of an era type thing. Can I just ask one last question, man? Then we're gonna wrap this thing up. Any chance of you two doing the project together? Anti-Beat, Death Star. Any chance?
Should we tell him?
Should we tell him? Oh, this is exclusive. Yo, put this on me. I like things, so this is gonna make it right. I feel like you two are like, you and I were like best friends waiting to happen. So, these are my new friends right here. We tight. Tell me.
to be on that, Stevie, right? Just to bring it back from the whole crew thing, and you know the crew. If you guys get to see this and whatnot, you guys know we got mad love for y'all. All of y'all, we got mad love for y'all. But we have spoken about, and we've never hid the shit that, in terms of work ethic, it's not been as productive as me and him put in. You know what I mean? And based literally on that, and because me and him spend more time together in terms of like studio and whatnot. Every time me and the studio, we've never chilled on drinks. Like, yo, dog, we just have drinks and shit. Never.
Just chill.
Ever. Every time me and him, in the past plus minus 5 or 6 years, me and him have known each other, it's always been about work. You know what I mean? Every time we hook up, it's either there's a gig or I'm doing a gig, and because I used to host gigs, and I'm going back to that, and he be performing, or we in the studio working, or trying to exchange beats or whatnot. So from that energy, and from what everybody else says, like outside of what you guys like can see as well, everybody else says the same shit. Like, you guys literally just combine your powers. The same powers we wanted to combine with the crew. I think we can do that more productively and more. Exactly. You know what I mean? So we were actually talking about this after the first segment that you guys did.
Oh snap! Okay, so it happened right here.
No, it's been happening, right? But I brought a certain point because after my performance at Back to the City and after his performance, a couple of DJs spoke to me and they were like, "Yo, dude, I need to do a solo like EP with you, blah 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 blah." I was like, dope, you know what I mean? And then I was gonna tell him anyway, you know what I mean? But like when we went outside after his first segment, I'm like, dog, that was fucking lit. Check it out. This dude and this dude is talking to me. Let's fucking do whatever that we want, because we always want to do like an EP together. So now it's gonna be on that vibe. So look, people must look out for it, and we're not gonna do it as a crew thing. It's gonna be Death Star, NTB, the producer that's gonna come on, because I feel like the whole, when we form it into a crew, it becomes there's certain dimensions of the crew now, there's certain expectations of the crew, not necessarily musically, but it's like as long as we put in work, you know, we just want to put in work, and it's gonna go down, man. Me and myself, Death Star, it's gonna fucking go down, bro.
Definitely looking forward to that.
And just to put it out there, man, the project is out, Revenge of the Boom Bap.
Yes.
Yeah, Audio Mac for now, right? And I'm gonna put it on SoundCloud, Bandcamp, and whatnot. I just wanted to put it out on Audio Mac so people can hear, you know, like I just want to be.
Even I know that I'm gonna be getting on like
exactly,
as
bro. And it went very dope. It actually shocked me how viral it went, like as soon as I dropped it. And
I guess the title as well,
dude, it's very catchy. That's why I'm able to sell these, bro. People relate to this. People that don't even fuck with the certain, like, people will fuck with what looks cool type shit, you know. And the whole Revenge of the Boom Bap, it makes them feel hip hop and whatnot, you know. So it's really pushing, man. I really appreciate how people are responding. The sort of online like response I'm getting. People wanting like, dog, I got the download, I got the digital copy, I just need to buy the copy, you know, I need the hard copy, can I get a hoodie, can I get a sweater, all of that, so yeah, man, please check it out, Revenge of the Boom Bap, Chris Anti to the B on Twitter,
but also for the handles, what are the handles?
Yeah, Anti-Bullish on Twitter, on Facebook, Chris Anti-B, I need to get my Instagram game up, but it's gonna happen soon, but yeah, Twitter, Anti-Bullish, Facebook, Chris Anti-B, Chris Anti-B Music as well on my page, but yeah, let's get that in.
My nigga. And Death Star. Seems like it's an end of an era, but where can we get you for now?
Yeah, Instagram, Death Star, SA Hip Hop, Twitter, Death Star MC.
I saw you change that, SA Hip Hop. I saw that.
I've got SoundCloud. I've got 2 profiles. I don't know the link.
But just type in Death Star.
Check it there, bro. This face.
My nigga, when can we expect the drop of Death of a Star?
I'm planning in the next month and a half, eh?
So let's say June.
Latest.
July
the latest. I thought sorry, it was June already. Yeah, July the latest.
My nigga. Yo, guys, thank you so much for putting through. Shout out to
Jack Wonders.
Fuck him. But seriously, man, shout out to Jack Wonders. Shout out to Tommy M Soul.
Shout out to Osmic, shout out to Back to the City, shout out to Baroda Beach, shout out to Anti-B, shout out to Stevie King, shout out to Knowledge Street, shout out to Sylvester, shout out to
everybody.
Man, that's my connects, Anti to the B. Shout out to everybody that fucks with me, fucks with you, fuck with hip hop.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Express Yourself TV. This was Street Knowledge. I go by the name of Stevie King. I am at Stevie King ZA across all social media platforms, but the most important thing to follow is Express Yourself on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Subscribe on our YouTube page as well as Audio Mac. Yeah, we're out there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for pulling through. I am the king, the great one, his mother's only child, and God loves you.